Well, welcome back. We got a good one today. We're working on the Tach assembly here on the Bobcat T300. And if you've ever owned a skid steer, you know the pain of these Tach handles here. And what happened is the old bushing broke off here. See right where the spring goes over the bushing, this piece tends to break off or they get worn out real bad. But luckily we do have a new weld-in bushing that we can get from Bobcat. And that's what we're going to look at today is how to install or weld in a new one. But first thing you'd have to do is get the old one out. So we're going to look at a couple different methods. First thing we can do, of course, is use the torch. But I understand that not everybody has a torch. And let's take a look at this picture right here. Now this isn't my work or you know, something that I just found this picture. And this is kind of what it looks like if you took a torch to it and blew it out, unless you're really good at it. And what I don't like about that is that when you slide this bushing back in the hole, you just got this huge gap that you got to weld and fill up, and which isn't really a problem. This doesn't have to be precise by no means, you know. The torch method will work if you have it, but today we're going to look at two different things that I like to do, and let's just kind of see which one works better. The 1-inch hole saw, because that's what this bushing is. We need a 1-inch hole. So we got a 1-inch hole saw. I'll show you how I go about doing that. Or the 1-inch drill bit. So let's see which one kind of works better as opposed to using a torch. If you have a torch, great, man. It might be the easiest thing for you, but not everybody does. So we're going to try one of these methods. So we can see we've got a little lip here that's left over from the old one. And what I like to do is take my grinder and just cut that lip off, and then we're going to just grind that nice and smooth down to kind of match the contour of the plate. And you know, this is where our bolt would come up through. If we look at this one here, this is where the bushing is that the handle rides on. There's the spring and there's the bolt that comes up, you know, through this center hole right here. So yes, first thing we're going to do is just cut that off with our cutting wheel, and then we're going to grind it nice and smooth, and then we're going to proceed on drilling that out. So let's take a look at how we do that. So now that I got that old material kind of cut out of there and, you know, ground down all the old weld, we're going to drill this side, and I like to use a pilot bit. We're going to use a 5/8 pilot, and go ahead and knock that out, and then we'll proceed to our 1-inch drill bit. Let's see how this works. And now our 1-inch bit. So yeah, you can see I struggled with that one a little bit. I mean, hell, anything really over a 1/2-inch drill bit really starts to suck when you're drilling it by hand, but that's what's left of the bushing. And that last little bit, once I drilled through the main plate, I was able to just hit it with my hammer and punch and knock it right out. So here's our new bushing. Let's see how it fits. I mean, that's exactly how it should fit. That's nice. So we'll get that one welded in, but yeah, the drill bit, yeah, not my favorite method. by any means. So let's tear down this other side and let's see how the hole saw itself does. Okay, so now we're going to try the hole saw, but with the hole saw, the problem is I got a 1/4 inch bit, and then this is a 3/8 hole inside here. So in order to keep our hole saw center, I take a little spacer, so that's a 3/8 OD, 1/4 inch ID, and I just put it in the hole there. A little tappity tap. And that'll make sure my hole saw stays center and parallel. So let's see how this does. Man, that's a beautiful fit. That hole saw, again, what is it? This is the Milwaukee hole dozer, and this is my preferred method. You see how smooth and easy that was compared to drilling a pilot hole and then a 1-inch hole? I mean, so much better. And then that bushing really fits good. So we're going to finish grinding down this extra weld up here on top. See, I didn't contour this with the hole saw because I did want to flat more on the top so the hole saw would have a better time starting. Hole saw method for the win. Now let's get it cleaned up and set up and get her welded. Okay, well, I'm not sure where we left off, but this is where we're picking up. It's been a couple days, man. Other projects, snowing, weather, you know, it's been terrible. So, but what we got to do now is we got to get this finished up. And again, here's the bushing that we're welding in. And if you can see on the back side of the bushing there, it's notched. And the orientation of that notch, when we put it in here and weld it in, the orientation does not really matter because all that slot is for is to hold the head of our bolt. So when our head goes in there, see, the bolt doesn't spin. So, you know, it doesn't matter how you clock it when you put it in there and weld it. Now, what does matter is that we don't have this too deep down in there. You know, this isn't a critical measurement, but we don't want it too deep. We need it up high enough so that our handle does not hit our bucket, because when our bucket goes over the lip here, if we weld this too low, our handle is actually going to hit the lip of the bucket. So not too low, not all the way out, and just as straight as you can get it. And we're going to put a full bead right around the top. We really don't even need to put anything on the inside, no weld inside. But yeah, we're going to put a nice good bead right on the top of there. So let's fire up the generator and get this welded in. And there they are welded in. Just put one nice bead around the top there, and then same on the other side. Alright, now we've got new handle kits to put in. Right here. Some new pins, new handles, everything. So let's get that put in and this tatch will be done. We've got our new pins, and these pins are going to come up from the bottom. So stick it through here. Up to there. Then I've already put my assembly together here, and you can see I've already got the roll pin started. I like to start it from this side just so I can put it right in the pin there, kind of center it up, and that. And then we just drive it far enough where that pin does not come out the other side of the plate. About flush is where I like it. Same thing on the other side. Now we get to put our handles on. One here. One there. And then we'll just run our nuts down until the handle's good and firm. That's about good and firm there. Oops. Okay, well there's our new handles installed. Weld-in bushings. Bobcat is done. Now off to the next project. If you have any questions on that, please let me know, and thanks for watching.